The morning rain tapped against the glass windows of Sunnyside Coffee, but inside, the atmosphere was anything but sunny. Elena adjusted the green apron around her waist. It felt tight and a little scratchy. She wasn't used to wearing the uniform anymore. For the last 5 years, she had worn business suits and sat in a glass office at the headquarters. But today, Elena was just the new hire. She was undercover. She had founded this company with her father 10 years ago. When he passed away last winter, she promised him she would keep the business kind. She promised that every employee would feel like family. But lately, the numbers at the downtown branch were good, yet the staff turnover was terrible. People were quitting every week. Elena needed to know why. She walked up to the counter. The smell of coffee was strong, but there was also a heavy tension in the air. A young man named Toby was making a latte, his hands shaking slightly. Standing behind him was Brenda, the branch manager. Brenda was tall, with perfect hair and a clipboard that she held like a weapon. "You're too slow, Toby," Brenda snapped, her voice cutting through the noise of the espresso machine. "If you waste another cup of milk, I'm taking it out of your paycheck." Elena felt a knot form in her stomach. That was illegal, and it was cruel. She took a deep breath and stepped forward. "Hi," Elena said softly. "I'm Elena. I'm a new trainee." Brenda turned around slowly. She looked Elena up and down, her eyes narrowing. She didn't see the CEO of the company. She just saw a woman in her late 30s with no makeup, messy hair, and old sneakers. "You're late," Brenda lied. Elena was actually 10 minutes early. "I'm sorry," Elena said, playing the part. "I don't care," Brenda interrupted, waving her hand dismissively. "Go grab a mop. The floor by the entrance is filthy. Don't speak to the customers. You don't look presentable enough to represent my store." Elena's heart hurt. It wasn't about the insult to her looks. It was about the lack of basic human decency. She grabbed the mop and went to work. As she cleaned, she watched. For the next hour, Brenda did not lift a finger. She stood by the register, texting on her phone, while the line of customers grew long. When a kind old lady asked for extra sugar, Brenda rolled her eyes and slammed the packets on the counter. But the breaking point came when Toby dropped a mug. It shattered loudly on the floor. The shop went silent. Toby looked terrified. He looked like he was about to cry. "I'm so sorry, Brenda. It slipped. It was hot." Brenda marched over, her heels clicking loudly on the tile. She got right in the young boy's face. "You are useless," Brenda hissed. She was loud enough for everyone to hear. "I don't know why I hired you. You're clumsy, stupid, and a waste of space. Clean it up and then get out of my sight." Elena dropped the mop. The handle hit the floor with a clatter. She couldn't pretend anymore. Her father didn't build this company for people to be treated like garbage. Elena walked over and stood between Brenda and Toby. She placed a gentle hand on Toby's shoulder. "It's okay, Toby," Elena said, her voice steady. "Go to the back and take a break. I'll clean this up." Brenda's face turned red. "Excuse me," she yelled at Elena. "Who do you think you are? You are a trainee. You're a nobody. You don't give orders here, I do." "I'm a human being," Elena said, looking Brenda in the eye. "And so is he. You cannot speak to people like that." Brenda let out a harsh, cruel laugh. "I can do whatever I want. This is my store. I run this ship. And if you don't like how I run it, you can leave." "I'm not leaving," Elena said calmly. "Oh, yes, you are," Brenda screamed, losing all control. "You are fired. Get out. I am a boss here, and I say you are done." Elena stood her ground. She didn't move. She just reached in her pocket and pulled out her real ID badge, the gold one that only the owner carried. She clipped it onto her green apron. "Actually, Brenda," Elena said, her voice filled with a sad authority. "You can't fire me. I own this company." The silence in the coffee shop was heavy. Brenda squinted at the badge. She read the name, Elena Vance, CEO. The color drained from Brenda's face instantly. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. She looked from the badge to Elena's face, finally recognizing the woman from the company newsletters. Ms. Vance, Brenda stammered, her voice shaking. I didn't know. I was just having a bad day. I was just trying to motivate them. Calling someone stupid is not motivation, Elena said, her voice trembling slightly with emotion. I came here because I wanted to know why our staff kept leaving. Now I know. You aren't managing them, Brenda. You're bullying them. I can change, Brenda pleaded, tears suddenly welling up at her eyes. Please give me another chance. Elena looked at Toby, who was peeking out from the back room with wide eyes. She looked at the customers who looked relieved that someone had finally stood up to the manager. My father used to say that you can teach someone how to make coffee, Elena said softly. But you cannot teach someone how to have a kind heart. You just fired a trainee for standing up for a friend. In doing that, you really just fired yourself. Brenda looked down at her feet. She knew it was over. Please grab your things, Brenda, Elena said. You are no longer employed at Sunnyside Coffee. Brenda didn't argue. She walked to the back, grabbed her purse, and walked out the door without looking at anyone. As the door closed, the tension in the room vanished. It was as if the sun had finally come out. Elena turned to Toby and the other staff members. I'm so sorry you had to go through that, she told them. From now on, things are going to be different. Toby smiled, a real, genuine smile. Thanks, boss, he said. Elena picked up the broom to sweep up the broken mug. Don't call me boss, she said with a warm smile. Just call me Elena. Now let's make some coffee.